Sweating Someone Else's Fever, the fourth and long-awaited new studio album from British rockers Hardi-Fi, shows the band hasn't missed a beat in their decade-long hiatus. I'm going to break it all down on this edition of Rock Album Review. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Nick here with you. Welcome back to the channel. Sweating Someone Else's Fever is the fourth studio album from Hardi-Fi. It's the follow-up to 2011's Killer Sounds. I've been a Hardi-Fi fan for a very long time, going back to their debut album Stars of CCTV, which turns 20 years old this year, believe it or not. Hardi-Fi was kind of part of that mid-2000s wave of British rock bands that also included Arctic Monkeys and the Kaiser Chiefs and the Kooks, and they've always been one of my favorite bands of that era. After releasing Killer Sounds in 2011, Hardi-Fi went on an extended hiatus. The members started doing their own things for various reasons. They got back together for good in 2022, and they're making their return in style with this new record. And I'm happy to say that Hardi-Fi have not missed a beat with this new album. You could hardly tell that they've been away for so long, and this album immediately with its sound brought me back to that late 90s, mid 2000s era of British rock music, which for me is a very special era of music. A lot of these songs sound really fresh while also maintaining Hardi-Fi's unique sound, especially on songs like Don't Go Making Plans, They Ain't Your Friends, Ain't Going Out Tonight, and Looking for Fun. They're all top notch, and you'd think that the band released them back in the mid 2000s. One of my absolute favorite tracks on this new record was Digo Nada, which I believe translates to I Say Nothing in English. And this song went out full Spanish flamenco style. I really love the vibe on this song, and it features a guest spot from London/Colombian rapper Mike Calais and Bajo del Sol. There's not much info about them online, but I thought this was very cool and very different and absolutely one of my favorite tracks on this new record. I'm a sucker for Spanish style sounds on the record. You know, I love the horns, I love the steel drums. It's a really great track, and it's also cool to see that Hardi-Fi is trying new things and not just relying completely on nostalgia. Before we continue, guys, if you like this video, if you like this channel, make sure to toss me a thumbs up. I very much appreciate it. And if you want to talk more about our favorite bands, make sure to smash the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. All right, let's get back to it. I also really liked Always and Forever. It had a really cool guitar line on it that reminded me of Hard to Beat, which was the band's big hit from Stars of CCTV. It was really cool, laid back vibe, and it seemed like a really cool love song, so I dig this track. Lyric-wise, Hardi-Fi frontman Richard Archer still has an edge when it comes to words. He's calling out fake friends on your Facebook and fake friends on your phone on They Ain't Your Friends. He's talking about people talking shit on Digo Nada, and he has a conversational vocal style on Ain't Going Out Tonight. I said, what the fuck are you looking at? All these years later, and he's still talking about social norms, social media, and it feels like he's got a generally pessimistic or cynical view on things, which to me is very Hardi-Fi. Richard still sounds great as a vocalist. He can still hit all the notes on these tracks, and he still has that same attitude on the mic that he always had, almost like a hip-hop or a rap artist. He's always had that kind of quality to his voice, and he has a great vocal delivery that I absolutely love. And it seems that Richard Archer is still having some cash flow problems. We all remember him talking about his money woes on the band's classic song Cash Machine, but now on this record, on Don't Go Making Plans, he's talking about all his money walking out the door, and to that, all I can say is same, man. Same. I also got to shout out Hardi-Fi for the bass on this album. I think that this is a hallmark of the Hardi-Fi sound, courtesy of bassist Kai Stevens. There are some sick bass lines on this album on You Rule My Heart, Humpback Whale, Ain't Going Out Tonight, just to name a few. It's a feast for bass fans. And to me, Hardi-Fi is a great night drive band. I don't know about you, but I love putting them on when I'm going for a night cruise around the city. They just have this dark, vibey sound that fits going for a night drive, especially on songs like You Rule My Heart, When the Summer's Gone, and A Rose Electric, Ain't Going Out Tonight, and Don't Go Making Plans. I might go for a night drive tonight and spin some of these tunes. I did like this album overall, but there were a couple of tracks that I got to call out that I didn't like as much, and this is usually based on how the melodies kind of grab me on first listen. Sometimes they grow on me after I listen to the album multiple times, but based on this first listen, Humpback Whale wasn't a huge standout for me. Arise was a bit boring, and even though though I love the sweet saxophone on Now and Then, that song didn't really do much for me either. Overall, I think Sweating Someone Else's Fever, it's a great album title, is a solid return for Hardi-Fi. They haven't missed a beat since Killer Sounds, and even though they've been apart for the better part of a decade, they still know how to write some great songs. Not every song on here was a home run, but I was into like more than a good chunk of this record, and a lot of these songs are going into my playlist for 2026. I'm gonna give the new album from Hardi-Fi a 3.5 out of 5. Favorite songs for me on Sweating Someone Else's Fever was Ain't Your Friends, Digo Nada, which I think is my favorite track on the record, You Rule My Heart, Looking for Fun, Always and Forever, Ain't Going Out Tonight, and Don't Go Making Plans. Some classic Hardi-Fi tunes to put into our playlist. And that is it, guys. That is my rock album review for the new album from Hardi-Fi. Now it's your turn. Hop into the comments below. Let me know what you think of the triumphant return of Hardi-Fi. I really like this record, and I'm eager to chat about it with you in the comments and hear your thoughts on this record. If you like this review, make sure to toss me a thumbs up. I'd very much appreciate that. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel and you want to talk more about our favorite bands, make sure to smash the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. But I'll see you guys again for another rock album review next week. I think we're going to be reviewing the new album from Muse, so I'll see you guys again for that. Until then, rock on, everybody.